What if I told you that many people going through serious treatment do not always receive the full benefit, simply because everyday choices are often overlooked? I am not here to blame anyone. I am here to help you understand something important. Many people ask themselves a quiet question: did I do something wrong? Was it genetics? Was it the environment? Or was it the way I lived and ate over the years? The honest answer is that the body is complex. There is rarely one single cause. Most changes in the body develop slowly over time, influenced by habits, surroundings, and internal signals we may not notice right away. One thing I gently recommend paying attention to is food, not because food replaces treatment, but because food can support the body while it is working hard. Some people are told, eat whatever you want, it does not really matter. I respectfully disagree. Food matters because the body has natural defense systems built into it. These systems are always working quietly in the background. Sometimes they just need support. Before we talk about helpful foods, I want to briefly explain why certain everyday foods deserve caution. Over many years, research has shown that highly processed meats, when eaten often, may place extra stress on the body. These include foods many of us grew up with: sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, bacon, ham, and similar products. Eating them occasionally is part of life, but eating them frequently over long periods may not be helpful, especially when the body is already under strain. Another area worth attention is very high heat cooking, especially grilling. The issue is not the food itself, it is the chemical changes that happen at extreme temperatures. When fat drips onto open flames, smoke rises. That smoke can carry compounds that are not friendly to the body. These compounds can settle back onto food and even into the air we breathe nearby. I recommend a few simple precautions. Clean grill surfaces thoroughly, avoid standing directly over heavy smoke, use lower heat when possible. Do not rely on grilled foods too often. There is also a helpful technique that many people overlook. Marinating food using natural ingredients like citrus juice, herbs, turmeric, or spices may help reduce some unwanted byproducts of high heat cooking. It is a small step, but small steps matter. Now let us move toward what can help. The body has several important defense systems that work together. One system manages blood flow, another supports repair and renewal, another involves the digestive system and beneficial bacteria, another helps protect genetic material, and another balances immunity and inflammation. These systems are always active. Food can influence all of them. This does not mean food replaces treatment. I want to be very clear. Food works alongside professional care. Think of it as teamwork. Some foods support healthy blood flow regulation. These include tomatoes, green tea berries, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, and foods rich in omega-3 fats such as certain fish. Including these foods regularly may help the body maintain balance while undergoing stress. Another area worth understanding is renewal. The body constantly replaces old cells with new ones. This is a normal and necessary process. Certain foods appear to support healthier renewal patterns. Examples include berries, nuts, green tea, coffee in moderation, and colourful vegetables. I often suggest variety over perfection. You do not need everything every day. Consistency over time matters more. The digestive system also plays a powerful role. Inside the gut live trillions of helpful bacteria. When they are supported, they help calm inflammation and support immune balance. Foods that feed beneficial bacteria include beans, lentils, chickpeas, vegetables, mushrooms, avocado, raspberries, and whole plant foods rich in fiber. Fermented foods may also be helpful for some people: yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi. If these are new to you, start slowly. Listen to how your body responds. I also recommend paying attention to inflammation. Inflammation is a normal response, but when it stays elevated for long periods, it can place strain on many systems. Foods rich in plant compounds and healthy fats may help support a calmer internal environment. Again, none of this replaces professional care. It complements it. You deserve a full support system. In the next part, I will talk about how personal needs differ, why there is no single perfect food list, and how to approach eating in a way that feels realistic, calm, and supportive during challenging times. Now, one of the most important things I want you to remember is this: there is no single perfect list that works for everyone. Two people can be dealing with the same diagnosis and still have completely different needs. One person may also be managing blood sugar issues. Another may have digestive sensitivity. Another may have trouble maintaining weight. Another may have appetite changes from treatment. So I recommend thinking in principles, not strict rules. Here are a few principles that are simple, practical, and supportive. First principle: support your body without creating extra stress. That means choosing foods that are nourishing, gentle, and consistent. Not extreme, not complicated, not punishing. Second principle: build meals around foods that help your natural defense systems do their job. I will walk you through the main areas the body relies on. Number 1. Healthy blood flow balance. The body uses blood vessels to bring oxygen and nutrients to tissues. In stressful times, the goal is to support balance and avoid feeding inflammation. Foods that may support this system include tomatoes, berries, grapes, green tea, coffee in moderation, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, bok choy, and soy foods for those who tolerate them well. You do not need large amounts, you just need regular exposure over time. A simple approach: add one of these to each day. A cup of berries with breakfast, a tomato salad at lunch, broccoli with dinner, green tea in the afternoon. Small steps, repeated, create impact. Number 2, repair and renewal. Your body is constantly rebuilding. When you are going through treatment, your body is asked to rebuild even more. So I recommend foods that provide steady building blocks, protein you tolerate, well healthy fats, and plant foods that provide protective compounds. Tree nuts are a good example for many people. Walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, pistachios, not huge amounts. A small handful a few times per week can be a realistic habit. If nuts are difficult for chewing, nut butters may be easier. If digestion is sensitive, start with smaller portions. Number 3, gut support. This one is often underestimated. The gut and its bacteria influence inflammation, immune balance, and even how the body responds to stress. The key is feeding beneficial bacteria. 2 broad types of foods help here. Prebiotic foods. These are foods that feed the good bacteria already inside you. Examples include lentils, chickpeas, beans, mushrooms, avocado, raspberries, oats, and many vegetables. These foods contain fiber and plant compounds that bacteria use to create helpful substances inside the gut. When the gut bacteria are well fed, they produce compounds that may help calm inflammation. If fiber is hard on your digestion right now, I recommend adjusting the form rather than deleting the idea. Try soups, stews, well-cooked lentils, soft beans, blended vegetable soups, oatmeal, mashed avocado. This way, you still support the gut without overloading it. The second type, probiotic foods. These contain live cultures. Examples include yogurt with live cultures, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut. If fermented foods feel too strong, yogurt is often the easiest starting point. Choose plain yogurt when possible and add fruit for taste. If dairy does not sit well with you, there are non-dairy cultured options too. Number 4. Support the body's protection and repair. Inside every cell is genetic material that the body constantly protects and repairs. The goal is not perfection. The goal is giving the body the nutrients it needs to do its normal work. Foods rich in colourful plant compounds help. Here berries, leafy greens, cruciferous, vegetables, tomatoes, green tea and spices like turmeric. When tolerated, I recommend using spices as gentle daily additions. A little turmeric in soup, a sprinkle of cumin on vegetables, a dash of black pepper for flavour. Number 5. Immune balance and inflammation. The immune system is not just about being strong, it is about being balanced. During treatment, immune defences may be lower. At the same time, inflammation can rise, so the goal is to choose foods that support immune function while keeping the internal environment calm. Examples include broccoli sprouts for those who can find them, blueberries, chili peppers for those who tolerate heat, omega-3 rich fish, and a steady intake of plant foods. If spicy foods bother your stomach, skip them. You can still support the same goal with berries, greens, and healthy fats. Now, I want to address something you may have heard. Some people talk about special tests that measure the gut microbiome. These tests exist. They can sometimes provide useful information, but I recommend treating them as optional. If you feel overwhelmed, you do not need to start with testing. You can start with food patterns that support the gut naturally. If you are curious about testing, I recommend discussing it with your care team, so results can be interpreted in context. Now let us get practical. If someone asks me, what can I start eating this week without turning my life upside down, I would recommend a simple plan. Step 1. Pick one daily anchor food. Choose 1 berries yogurt with live cultures, a handful of nuts, a cup of green tea, a serving of beans or lentils, a serving of broccoli or leafy greens, just 1. Step 2. Add 1 supportive habit around cooking. If you grill, clean the surface well, avoid heavy smoke exposure. Marinate foods with citrus and herbs when possible, and do grilled meals less often. If you do not grill, no problem, focus on gentle cooking methods like steaming, baking, simmering. Step 3. Make meals easy to repeat. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is what builds consistency. Here are examples that are simple. Breakfast option: plain yogurt plus blueberries plus chopped walnuts. Lunch option: lentil soup plus side of tomatoes or greens. Dinner option: baked fish plus broccoli. Plus a small serving of beans. Snack option: a small handful of mixed nuts or raspberries or avocado on toast if you tolerate it. Now, one more important point. Food is not a substitute. Food is not a promise. Food is a tool. Professional care stays at the center. Food supports the body between appointments. I recommend viewing it like this: when you are at a clinic, you receive professional support. When you are at home, your daily choices can support your own systems. That is not pressure. That is empowerment. And you do not need permission to learn what helps you feel more supported. If you found this helpful, keep this mindset 1 step at a time, 1 meal at a time, 1 week at a time. In the next video, we can go deeper into practical meal building for different situations: low appetite, sensitive digestion, trouble maintaining weight, and how to keep eating simple while staying consistent. Until then, be gentle with yourself, stay steady, and focus on what you can do today. Fermented foods may also be helpful for some people: yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi. If these are new to you, start slowly. Listen to how your body responds. I also recommend paying attention to inflammation. Inflammation is a normal response, but when it stays elevated for long periods, it can place strain on many systems. Foods rich in plant compounds and healthy fats may help support a calmer internal environment. Again, none of this replaces professional care, it complements it, You deserve a full support system. In the next part, I will talk about how personal needs differ, why there is no single perfect food list, and how to approach eating in a way that feels realistic, calm, and supportive during challenging times.